Hey, what's up guys, we are back with a free-to-play deck to dominate against all those fancy legendary decks. We'll be using Bellatrix's Echo, who is summoning up to 3 Death Eaters, giving us a fantastic source of damage and as well functioning as our winning condition. Bellatrix spawns the Death Eaters every time the damage bar is fully filled. You fill the bar by doing damage to the enemy units or the enemy wizard. To help us achieve this, we run Atmospheric Charm and Acromantula Venom offensively, which gives us control to where and what to deal damage to. To deal with any additional threat, we have additional damage spells such as Expose and Stupefy to keep the attackers at bay. Just before the Death Eaters spawn, we want to play our combo by casting Opogno and flying into enemy territory with our Nimbus 2000 to try and spawn our Death Eaters as close as possible to the enemy wizard. Remember, the Death Eaters cast a powerful Crucio when spawning, so you want them as close as possible to the enemy wizard. Last but not least, we have a monster book of monsters just to put some pressure on the wizard or to deal with enemy spawners, and our beloved chess piece who functions as a tank in our deck. In terms of partner cards, we only have 3 commons, so there wasn't much of a choice. Here we go. Kevin Farrell will increase our basic attack, which can come in quite handy to defend against some of the trash mobs. Robin can turn things around by smashing away enemies with her giant bat. And last but not least, we have Daniel Page for some healing if needed. So let's get right into the duels and show you how this deck can perform. So our first match is against Luna Lovegood, and she's a very good character, very strong. Let's see how we can manage in this one. So the opponent's starting right away with a little pig. We go down with the cloud to start doing some damage, and we are being attacked right away by the giant, meaning the partner card of the opponent. We play our partner card, meaning Kevin, as well as our chess piece to defend a bit against the giant. Now our opponent continues to send pigs to us, which is making quite some damage. She also uses the combination of Apango and Nimbus 2000 to make additional damage to us, but we are very close to get our first Death Eaters. As you can see, our damage bar filled. Now we have the Death Eater that is basically wasting the Crucio spell on the little pig. We try to finish off the giant just to get rid of him, and we should now be able to achieve that. So our Death Eater is still alive, and we also cast another, cloud to continue making damage. As you can see, we are building up our damage bar again, because we want to fill it as soon as possible to spawn additional Death Eaters, to make more pressure on our opponent. Now the Transfiguration spell is not a big deal right now, but we missed our Venom, which is indeed not ideal. We are spawning or playing Robin here just to make some more damage, and we are very close. Here we go, we are spawning our Death Eaters once again. Now we have 2 on the field. One Crucio is actually going almost through completely, and we made a good amount of damage to our opponent. Now we have 2 Death Eaters still alive. Our Venom is coming down to try to get rid of the partner card. Double exposure here from both me and the opponent. We have our chess piece that transforms, and we go down again with our clouds and the monster book just to make the enemy wizard visible, so that our cloud can come. Now 3 Death Eaters are coming down, and as you can see, we were able to spawn 1 on the enemy territory. And now we have all 3 Death Eaters actually casting their Crucio, and our enemy is dead. Wow, that was quite fast, quite good, and I think it showcases the full potential of Bellatrix Echo. Even with just common cards, it's just making so much damage. It's very easy to play, straightforward deck, makes a lot of fun. Let's see the next match. Let's go with the next match. This time we're playing against a Harry Potter Echo, so let's see how we can manage this. So the opponent starting quite offensively with the Time Turner. Now the Time Turner is not a problem because I am basically doing more damage than the Time Turner is doing to me, so it's all good. Now he's trying to heal up the Time Turner. We are going down with our chess piece, as well as putting a Venom that was not very effective. But we are filling up our damage meter. The enemy casted the Pietotum Locomotor, which is definitely a card to be careful with. Our opponent very aggressive with Incendio down as well. We spawned our chess piece, and let's see if that can tank a bit the Locomotor card. Meantime, we had spawned our Death Eater, but our opponent was able to remove it rather quickly. But with our Stupefy, we were able to remove the partner card of Hagrid, and now have to deal with the new partner card our opponent dropped. But I believe with our Venom we already, and Robin, we are actually managing quite well. As you can see, our damage bar is almost full, so we will soon be able to spawn 2 Death Eaters. Now coming down with the Cloud, that one was maybe a little bit too early. As you can see, the first couple of seconds the Pietotum Locomotor have like a protection shield, whereby you only do 1 damage at a time. But now we are spawning both Death Eaters. I decided to spawn them both in the back, which was not ideal. As you can see, the enemy wizard was able to deal with them both. The issue is that the enemy always has the right card in hand whenever we play our Death Eaters.
Everyone, we're in this together now.
So now the enemy played Ron. Ron is never a card you want to see, but I believe we can deal against Ron here. The Stupefy sending him back, almost letting him without any HP. We drop our heal just to make sure we are not putting ourselves in any difficult situation. And like that we also dealt with Ron. Now we have just 1 Locomotor empty, and we have our damage bar almost full, and now we are spawning 3 Death Eaters, and I was able to place 2 of them in enemy territory. And as you can see, the Crucio spell is going hard on our enemy. He is losing tons of health, and now it got very critical for our enemy. It was looking good until we spawned our Death Eaters, and then you could again see just how powerful they are, how fast they can turn the tide to your advantage. Now, I believe with the Monster Book of Monsters we were able to finally get down the enemy wizard. And let's go into the last match with this deck. I'm not sure against who we played here, which type of echo it was, but we will find out in a second. Definitely one with a great skin. So we're waiting here, and our opponent casts Dumbledore and the Water Ball. We try to counter with the Venom as well as with our Cloud. Now the Cloud was able to deal with Dumbledore, and we have Kevin on the field. The enemy is playing Avada Kedavra, which is always very dangerous. As soon as the enemy wizard killed 4 of our units with Avada Kedavra, every other hit with Avada Kedavra will be an instant kill. And that also counts if the wizard is hit. Now we are playing again our Charm here, just making sure to put pressure on the enemy and to spawn our first Death Eater. We want to get the Death Eaters going as quickly as possible. Now the Crucio was able to go through almost completely. No, it was actually able to go through completely, so we made already a ton of damage to the enemy wizard. And it seems like he cannot handle our chess piece as well as our Death Eater. Now he played Ron, so Ron can obviously deal with a lot of things. We play Robin as the partner card, and we can see that Ron is almost dead. And now we got hit quite strong. And I believe the enemy also is playing Luna Lovegood. Yeah, he is. And that was one of his ability. Ooh, so this can become very dangerous. We have a Whomping Willow down as well as the blue field there. Whenever he stands on it, he will actually summon like some mobs that will actually fly in my direction and do quite some damage. But we have our new Death Eaters that again made good amount of damage, and even though the enemy had 2 Whomping Willows, it was not enough to hold us back, and we won also the last match. I hope you enjoyed this free-to-play deck with Bellatrix as an Echo. I strongly advise you to play this deck, especially when the game launches. I believe this can be a very strong contestant for the very early games. So thank you for watching and see you next time.